FREQ.
Welcome back, you guys. Introduce the episode today.
Yes. What up, guys? Happy Monday. If you're listening on a Monday, if not, happy whatever day. Because every day is kind of like a Monday for me, anyways, or whatever. You know, a Friday.
Yeah.
Fuck, you know?
Yeah, we only have Fridays and Mondays.
Yeah, shit. But we have my homies right here, my best friends. We got LilDeathStar in the building, and we got Tiara here, GoddessTeetee. These are my fucking homies. They moved out here recently. Introduce yourselves, guys. Tell the peoples what you do.
Oh, shit. My name is LilDeathStar, aka LilDeathStar. I'm an independent hip hop artist out of Boston, New York area. Just moved out to LA like 4 months ago. Just chasing my dream of being a global sensation. You know what I mean? And I'm with my beautiful future baby mama.
I was expecting wife, but okay. And I'll take that one.
You'll take it.
That too.
And yeah, T, introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Tiara, GoddessTeetee. I came to LA. I'm a nurse. I went to nursing school and I loved it. So once I decided that, I'm like, you know what? Like now that part of my life is over, I'm gonna like pursue a dream. So like my dream is to be a handpan player and like to play at restaurants for people that eat and like just to play for people in general, to feel my handpan playing and make them feel something from it. So that's my dream.
I should have told you to bring your fucking handpan.
I did.
She's got it in the building.
So proud.
You need to show it off.
I'm still learning to play. I'm not the most confident playing it right now, but I will master it. I'm amazing.
Really just break it out and show
anybody who doesn't know what a handpan is, I didn't know what one was either until T showed me. And it makes the most beautiful fucking noise, even though T's like, I don't know how to play it yet, blah, blah, blah. It sounds beautiful to me. So it's very calming and just a beautiful sound.
Thank you.
So I'm excited for you, both of you. So proud of them. Like,
appreciate it.
Thank you. It means a lot.
So fucking talented and just driven. And that's that's how you make shit happen, you know?
Yeah.
So...
Nice.
Follow your dreams.
Yeah, so let's get right into kind of the journey of it. I wanted to talk about BKO and what that is, what it stands for, and how it was created.
Oh man, BKO.
And before we get into that, T and Lil Death, I don't want to say it.
You're not used to it, right? You're not used to it. She's used to just saying my name.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell everybody your government. But
shout out Tori, son.
T and Lil Death, they both run BKO. So I just wanted to say that first, and then you guys can go ahead.
So BKO Season is an independent hip hop record label founded by me and co-founded by GoddessTeetee. And a couple years back, I decided I wanted to embark on a mission to pretty much, first what BKO stands for, better knowing oneself. So I think no matter what you do in life, you're always getting to know yourself and getting a deeper understanding of the person that you are. So I thought that it really represented my mission and my thought process on everything. So BKO Season, like I said before, is an independent record label. I worked with a couple artists out in my city, just trying to put people on and shit, and just I don't know, I just really love the hip hop culture and music. So I'm a fan first of the culture, and I just wanted to put people on. So I worked with a couple artists, did a couple shows and A&Ring, creative direction and stuff like that. And then one day I kind of just decided I want to be an artist myself. So now I'm just funding my own musical career, really, through my label. And I own everything. I own all my masters. No one could tell me what to do. It's just me representing my vision.
And tell us about some of the artists that you guys have on your team.
So a couple artists I worked with was O'Hara, mainly being one. He was a dope hip hop artist. I really enjoy his presence. I talk to him all the time. We decided to split up as of recently with me moving out to LA and him being in Rhode Island. But it's still all love, you know what I mean? So he was my last artist that I mainly work with, and a couple artists like out in my city too. Dom Allen, who else? Sammy Trejo, JC100, just to name a few.
Now we just got a little deaf. It was like
now it's just a little deaf.
a lot to take care of, but
I love it. So, how do you guys like? Well, before we ask this, I mean, like, how do you guys tell people, like, you know, how you guys work together? Like, how do you like balance like being in a relationship and working together? You know, because you guys do it so well.
Thank
And
you.
you guys have been together for 9 years, so
I feel like for us,
you know,
like
that's like dope ass shit. You know, not a
you.
lot of people could do that.
A long time coming.
it's just, I feel like we just work really well together. We just like vibed from the start. So like we went into the relationship and we had a lot of common goals. And I feel like to make a relationship last in general, you do have to have common goals.
Yeah,
and that's
totally.
what makes you vibe
so that
well
you don't
together.
switch your goals up because of who you're with. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
So if you both have
what
a
you
common
wanna
goal
do.
and you both, even it doesn't have to be the exact same goal, but if you have something that's similar,
Yeah.
it vibes well, and like you guys can make it so well together. And like I feel like just our astrology signs in general, like we're just obsessed with each other. So like I just feel like,
that sounds
well,
like
I'm like me being a Scorpio is obsessed with the Capricorn. So like I feel like that just goes well. Like they really like I feel like I'm really pushed. Like I'm really pushing like a great way, like
Yeah.
to be the best, and like I just really need that. So like
Yeah.
I just feel like I vibe really well with it.
balance each other.
Yeah, we balance it really well. And like, I don't know, the relationship aspect too, like we didn't go into a relationship like, all right, we're gonna make this last 9-10 years. Like we went in like, all right, we're gonna take it day by day and just we vibe.
Yeah.
like, and like the label having it together is just a thing that we both enjoy.
Yeah, so talk about, I guess, the more technical skills. So you guys both do photography. Y'all are both into the edits and stuff like that. Talk about learning those kind of skills.
Okay, so photography, Kev really got me into it. Like, I was always a visual person. Like, I love visually appealing things. Even to, like, my eye makeup. Like, I just really love visually appealing things in general. So, being able to make a photo, like, enhance it in a little bit of a way, just really, like, sparked a piece of part of my brain. You know how you do cocaine and you have that spark and you sniff it? I never
felt this before.
Yeah, you know. I don't fuck with cocaine.
No, we don't go with that. But I'm just saying, like, an example, like when you have that feeling where you like really like it and like it sparks a part in your brain, you're just like,
Instant
yeah, fuck
reaction.
with this. Like, wow. And like when I see a photo and I edit it at the end, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And like that's what really
It's
got me into
rewarding.
it. It's very rewarding. Yeah, I would say it's rewarding.
Yeah, I feel both of you have like that really strong eye, really strong like internal vision for what you want something to be.
Thank you.
Kev, I want you to talk about your work with like animation, because one of your latest music videos was one that you animated yourself.
Oh no, he didn't animate it himself.
Oh, okay.
But it was animated.
It was
Yeah,
animated.
it was animated by my boy. He changes his IG username all the time. His latest one, I think, is Honeymoon.
Yeah.
Honeymoon.
I fuck with that though.
Yeah, he's dope.
I
bro.
really like the
He's
IG.
dope.
Shout out Honeymoon.
I don't know. He just found me on Instagram one day, just popped up in my
really?
DMs, bing, hey man, and just like started fucking with like everything I was saying, like on spirituality and wokeness and like
But
I don't know. He was just on my frequency. You know what I mean? And I've noticed that recently, like online, like I see a lot of people like on my frequency, just like come out of nowhere and just find me
Gravitate to
online.
you.
The
Yeah.
power of the internet's like crazy and saying like the
I
way you
think-
can connect with energies around the world. But yeah, he came out and fucking he did an animation for me for Replace, my song Replace. He did that for me, and then the most recent one, Superfly, that one was a birthday gift.
Really?
Yeah, it was a birthday
got
gift.
surprised
yeah.
by it?
Yeah, like he gave it to me on my birthday. Hit my email, bing. I was like, what the fuck? Like that's love. That's mad
That's
love.
amazing.
So yeah.
Like the
So
music
cool.
too, or like you added the music to it?
Well, so he said he was gonna do one for free for me, but this was like mad months ago. So I just told him what song. But when he actually, I didn't think he was gonna do it because I haven't heard him for
Yeah.
like 6 months after the fact.
Wow.
And then on my birthday, he
I
just
mean,
randomly
that
sent
must
it.
It took so
Yeah, OD, that shit was mad work.
Hey,
I thought he forgot about me.
Like I'm like, yo, like that's me, like that's my eyebrows, like
Yeah,
what?
like, he drew me, he drew Tiara,
I
like
was like, what the fuck?
that shit is like it was
Shout out
beautiful.
Honeymoon for real, like you're amazing.
Produced by Super Sport, by the way. Shout out Super Sport. He
shout out
also
Super
gave me that beat
Sport.
for free too. He just tossed me
Yeah,
that
I
shit.
mean,
It was that whole song was just all love.
So many hands were
The
on that
anime,
song.
it was so many different people involved. Even Luis, who mixed and mastered it, like
Shout out Luis.
I don't know, everyone just did a good ass job. Everyone just did a great job.
Yeah, and that's important too, like not always doing shit on your own and like actually having the help to not only make it easier but like even make it like better in a way, you know, like you never know, like if you have the right people you're working with, like it could just be like some crazy ass shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Even that video we did for Where Are You?
yeah.
We were just in the crib.
Shout out
It was
Tori
a vibe.
Doublecup. Shout out Tori
Tori
Doublecup.
shot some of that
Shooting
shit
that.
too. Like she
We were
shot the
just, me and T
scene.
were doing a photo shoot that night, and then
Even some unreleased
Kev came
shit.
through, and he was like, "Oh, like, want to shoot a music video tonight?" And I'm like, "Okay." Like, let's
2 a.m. 2 a.m.
We
Nah.
literally shot till like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So he's like, we gotta go back
The
home.
dirty
It's getting
streets.
dangerous outside.
Yeah, she's like, it's spooky
This is
nigga
demon
hours.
time.
Spooky hours.
I don't know.
We had to get low real quick. We said,
Shout out
"Ah,
Tori Doublecup.
time to go back in the house.
Yeah, that was a dope video, and Kev,
That shit was a
Kev
vibe.
does all the edits too.
Yeah, I had
so-
fun editing that. I edited that video so quick because I was just so into it. Like, I don't know, man. Like, some things, like, happen so natural and, like, beautiful
From
as
the
fuck.
source.
Versus, like, different things where you try so hard to make it come out perfect and it
Yeah.
doesn't. Versus, like, when you're just vibing with your homies and chilling, it comes out better.
That's a fact. Like even last night, like I was working on a new mix that T helped me pick like what kind of mix I wanted to do, and then I was like, you know what? Like guys, come over. Like I'm gonna fucking DJ and spin this mix that I want to work with.
beautiful,
I wasn't
too.
like making the mix then, but I was just trying to test out like what songs I was
sounds,
using and everything and the vibe. And we all were just fucking dancing like we're in the club, and like
Shit was a vibe.
it was just
Yo.
such a vibe.
Such a
Like,
vibe.
sometimes it's just better to like do shit more naturally and not so like strategically planned as like we were always taught growing up. Like you know, we were always like on this fucking schedule of like school, go do your homework, and then work, and like blah blah blah. Like so much like planning and strategy and like all these different things that we have to do. So like when you're just doing it naturally off of like, you know, I just love doing
energy.
this. It's just like more beautiful in a way, you know?
Definitely.
Like, I don't know. And that's something about us Capricorns. We just like force it on ourselves. Like, you know, we're like, we have to plan this so deeply.
We must
like,
conquer.
Perfect. We have to make this perfect. And it's like, what the fuck is even perfect?
I
You know?
know.
Like, shit.
Yeah, art is so subjective, and it's about just like letting the moment happen.
Yeah.
And it is a
Energy.
skill. I was just looking at something. This famous painter was like, it took me 14 years to learn to paint like a master painter, and it took me 30 to learn to paint like a child.
Wow.
Meaning,
Wow.
it's harder to get back to that mind frame of just boundless
Yeah.
creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you're a kid, when you think about it, like looking back to when you were a kid, you don't have to worry about time. You don't have to worry about anything. So like you could just focus more on just being you.
Yeah,
You feel me?
literally.
Like nowadays we
More
have
natural.
like
Now it's like, this is how we have to do this. Like, we have to
Yeah.
do it this way. You know?
and
like,
during these days of the week for this many hours, and it's like you can't even just sit back and relax and just like ask yourself, am I happy? Like a lot of people don't even do that. Like ask themselves if they're happy. Like
it's a fact.
it's man important. Like people just working and working and working, thinking like that's how you're supposed to live. When it's like, nigga, who
Society.
says who? Like,
And
said
that's
that?
why, like, everybody should, like, try out different things, too. Like, you know, like, for me, like, I always try different things. Like, I know, like, DJing is, like, the main thing I want to do. But, like, if I have to make some bread, like, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. So I need to figure out some other shit. Like, you know, I got into selling jewelry. And then I was like, all right, this is whatever. Like, did it for a little bit. And then I was like, all right, like, let me do tooth gems now. And, like... Then I would sell like my old clothes and shit. Like it was always like different things that you've got to try to see if, like, you know, maybe you'll like that. You know, maybe you want to make that your whole career right now. You know.
I always admired that about you. You always like go out there, hustle, and say, like, I don't have to work a job right now. I can just make money and for my other side shit, and like that's amazing. People cannot do that. Yeah, you're welcome.
Yo, Tori's mad cool.
Yeah, thanks.
Tori's a cool motherfucker.
So are you guys.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we're transitioning to this conversation of like making it in Los Angeles, because all of us recently moved here from the East Coast. What was that journey for you guys?
It was amazing. It was a great journey. It was hard work. Like I worked like 50 hours a week at a nursing home, and like I just worked like so many hours and just was like had that dream in my head, like I'm moving to LA, like with Bay, we're gonna do it. And like we saved up our goal, we saved up 10K each, moved our cars, got an Airbnb for 2 months, looked for an apartment, got a job, and then we're chilling. It flowed.
Right, it sounds like everything just clicked right when it needed to.
Our car was here before us too. Like our cars were already chilling. Tori actually brung us. Shout out Tori Doublecup for that to get our cars.
Oh yeah,
that shit was a troop.
Yeah, it was a very interesting point of our lives. Like when we like were really like dead set on moving to LA, I felt like our life kind of shifted a little bit. Like I don't know, we were already there in our minds. You feel me? So like at that point in our life, I was living at Tiara's crib for like 6 years.
We lived together for a long time, like 6 years.
And then I ended up having to skedaddle just because like it kind of became an environment that I just couldn't really handle at the time, mentally, emotionally, physically, all that stuff. So I had a dip. I lived with my grandparents in Boston. We were living in Fall River, the 508. So I went from there to Boston, and I remember I was working a lot too. I was working like 70-hour weeks.
Yeah, I was doing
75-hour weeks, like leaving, waking up 5 a.m., coming back at fucking midnight, 1, sleeping for 3 hours, and then going getting picked up by the work truck and doing it again. But like I always knew like the vision. I knew it was for a purpose. You know what I mean? I'm like, the reason I'm working all these hours right now is because I have to, because I need to make this bread, because I'm going to LA, you feel me? So it's like the universe is like, it's going to do what it needs to do. Like, I always believe you're always at the right place at the right time. So like, even when I was working my ass off and I wasn't at Bay's crib no more, and I'm like, damn, it's the girl. Like, all this weird shit's going on right now. It's just like,
interesting time.
It's for a purpose. It's for a reason, you know what I mean? Now we in LA, and it's just like, we clap back together like butt cheeks, man. We're inseparable now, and it's just like we lit. Like every day is lit. It was like there was light at the end of the fucking tunnel. It was crazy.
Yeah, I want to tell people too. Like I'm such an advocate for moving out of toxic environments. Like move out. Like if it's toxic for you, you're not happy, you're miserable. It's making you change your personality. You're like getting stuck. Like I always felt like I was like 40 years old with 4 kids because like I just worked that 9 to 5, went home, cooked, cleaned, and then went to bed and woke up. Like I don't know, I just always feel like people need to move out of their environment, spread their wings, and take that leap. Like you're gonna grow if you move and like live, like get out and grow.
It's a big world out there.
Be a beautiful
people
plant.
Can really bring you down. Like other people's energy can really affect you. So
much.
You know, if you're in that toxic environment, like if you have like, you know, if you're still young and like it's just not for you, like your parents aren't treating you well, or like whoever you're living with, they're not treating you well, like find a way to get out of it, dude. Go fucking hustle and get out of it, because it's just not worth it, you know?
People feel like they have to stay in these environments. Like, says who?
Yeah.
Like people feel so many things. Like, says who to any of this bullshit you believe. And like once you really think about it, it boils down to just like you're just holding yourself back.
And we're proof. Like all of us here, all 4 of us are proof that go get out, live your dreams. Like have a ridiculous dream. It's not ridiculous. No dream is ever ridiculous. But have a crazy out there dream. Be a handpan player. Like go out there and like be what you want to be. To, like make yourself happy. Like you deserve that. Like we don't know if we're gonna have more than one life. Like we feel like we do. Like we have that spirit. But like you don't know if you're gonna remember this one.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's a fact.
Live it the fullest.
100%. I want to talk about your greatest moment or like adventure or thing that you tried in LA. And both of you could answer this one separately. your greatest adventure here so far? A day you really enjoyed?
I know.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
You can go. You can go.
No, I don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
No, go ahead.
All right. So my greatest moment so far in LA was Halloween.
Okay.
We went to this
Yes.
banging ass
Yes.
fucking mansion party, son. Everybody had that costume. Everybody was looking good. Our homegirl Tati, yo, shout out Tati, son.
Shout out Tati.
I miss Tati.
She DJ'd. That shit was shaking, bro. Like, and I'm just looking around, like, and everything's hitting me. I'm like, I'm in the moment, because I feel like this happens to me sometimes. I'll be in a moment and then like I'll just like get cut off from everything, and I kind of go into a trance of like, damn, like I'm really here right now. I'm really grateful for this moment. Like everything kind of just mutes. It just like becomes silent. I just like hear my thoughts. It's weird. And I was just thinking, I'm like, damn, like people told me not to come here. Like people told me not to move to California. It's risky. Like don't do it.
We don't
There's
know if you're
corona
ready yet.
everywhere.
We don't think you're ready
There's
yet.
fires everywhere. And I'm just like, imagine I really listened to these people. Like, imagine I really listened to the naysayers and people who told me not to do something, not to take a chance.
That's what holds so many people back from doing what they want to do is like fear, straight up.
Yeah.
OD.
Like people putting fear in others, you know?
And what is fear? Fear stands for false evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. It's false evidence. It's something that you think is what it's not even. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you could be in a dark room and like think some crazy shit's gonna go on. You turn a light on, it's like, oh wow,
Yeah.
what the fuck? That's fear, nigga. False evidence. So I understand like a lot of people live life through fear. You can live life through love, or you can live life through fear. A lot of people live through fear. So when they see that I'm gonna do something that they can't understand, that they would have the fear to do, they're gonna cast their fears onto me. And because I have that understanding, I'm like, no, I'm not listening to any of y'all. I'm gonna do what makes me happy, and I'm gonna take a chance. And I feel like if a lot of people understand like what fear is and understand that other people naturally cast their fears on them, they would take a lot more chances in life. You wouldn't listen to your mom when she says stay in school. No, you drop out because that's what you want to do.
Yeah, facts, fuck school.
You know what I mean? Like shit like that.
School, yeah, these things will always be here. You know, the recurring topic is like mindfulness. Be aware of you, be aware of other people in the area and in your space. T, did you think of one?
All right.
For your
I feel like I have like experiences. Like me, Tori, and Kevin went on this hike.
yeah.
And that hike was crazy. We were like on the mountain on
Yeah.
the side of the cliff.
It was out
Like,
in
we
the
were
wild.
like spider going down on the mountain. Tori was like,
wild.
we
fuck
learned
out
so
of me.
many, like we went through so many emotions. I
Yeah,
feel like. We were
we
on
did.
shrooms.
It was a
like,
survival mode.
It was that and the Valentine's Day shoot. That was really important to me. I just like I thought that was
that
amazing.
was
like
gas.
being in
That was
London
awesome.
with like my
Gas.
friends and like taking beautiful photos
That was
together. Like I just thought that was like a
was fun.
vibe. as
Yeah.
fuck. Like I really fucked with that hard. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that
Like,
hike was
I
crazy.
added those
dude.
pictures like the same day. I think. I don't know. It was a good day, but the hike probably.
That's really interesting how you both mentioned you had this moment where there was just this content that you had was so compelling that it's like I gotta get to it right now.
Yeah.
And I had that
Yeah.
moment early on in my podcast where it's like, oh yeah, I just did a really cool interview, and it's like I can't even go to bed until
Wow,
like
that's dope.
I deal with this content
Yeah.
I feel
and
that.
manipulate it the way I want and turn it into what I want.
Yeah, because you just want to like share the moment, and we have the technology now. It's like you can share any moment in time.
Like I just feel like that is when we talk about that moment, that's like source energy flowing through us, like through our creativity, like getting it done. Like when you're in those moments, you don't feel like it's work. You don't feel like it's hard on your body. You don't have a headache. You're just like so deep in it. Like I feel like that's just like straight from like the source.
You're like adrenaline is just
Yeah,
going.
it's
You're
going.
Like, this and
Yeah.
this.
Feel that way.
That's how it should feel, you know? Like, working should be more like fun.
I think we're getting to that too. Everything we talked about, which is like what's tough about the structure of like right now and that established work day. I think we're coming away from that in coronavirus and like
Yeah.
people working from home.
Age of Aquarius.
We're never going back to what was, and so things are just gonna gradually progress, and it's
Yeah.
you gotta adapt.
kind of exciting.
Yeah,
It is
it's very
exciting.
exciting. This like the state of the world we're living in now, like real hustlers it's not keeping real hustlers down. Like people who are really ambitious, like they're gonna keep going. They understand that as a human, you just got to be adaptable. You got to be able to adapt to any situation as quickly as possible to be as effective as you can in society. Like that's the type of world we're living in with all these different technologies and skill sets you can learn. The ability to be adaptable and flexible and to learn new things at a very quick pace. Nothing beats that. That's going to be the new norm.
Because you can like really fall behind.
On many things, what? You get
even
left behind.
Like thinking about like adults when we were like a little bit younger. And like how they used to talk shit about like us on our phones all the time and blah 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 on social media all the time, and it's like
now it's the future.
Yeah, we are, but like adapt to it. But then I'm like, TikTok and this and that. I'm like, god damn, like the way music is dropping so fast. It's like how the fuck can I adapt to this? But I'm like, you know, you got to. As much as like you're like, no, I want to do it this old way. It's like. You can try, like, you could do that, but, like, you might not reach the potential that you wanted to, you know?
Right, like, ride the wave instead of fighting the wave.
Yes, exactly.
The wave.
The wave is the wave.
Ride the wave.
I want to talk about your guys' inspiration creatively, or kind of people you looked up to coming up.
Okay, so I always looked up, I'm going to say her name wrong. This is so sad because I love her. Kaylee Uchis? Did I say it right?
Yeah.
All right, I love her. Her aesthetic, the way she presents herself, her movements. Like, I just always like, I feel like she's always been inspiration for me. I always like loved her. So I would say that's my inspiration.
She matches your vibe. She matches your vibe.
I would love to go to. If she has a concert, I'm going.
Yeah, I would love to go.
I heard she's an entire vibe.
For me, my inspiration, I would say probably my biggest inspiration is XXXTentacion.
Yes.
When I was doing my whole label thing before, the thing that really made me become an artist was really him, because I would see how he used music as an outlet for his pain. And I was at a point in my life where I was like hurting a lot, and I needed a way to like express it and like vent the pain and like just kind of get it out. You know what I mean? Get the energy out. So that's what made me turn to music. My first tattoo was right here, XXX, because when he fucking died, I cried, bro. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, true icon.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. He was just a big inspiration to me, like, and it wasn't even because of his music. It was just who he was as a person, like, online. Like, seeing how he gave people advice and, like, I don't know, just watching his life, his struggle, his come up. To see that, like, the type of childhood that he had was, like, really tough, but even through all those obstacles, watching him evolve as a person.
Yeah, that was amazing.
You know what I mean? And the way he curated his evolvement as a person, like through his hairstyles and stuff like that. I was like, wow. Like, you're evolving as a person, and you're not only like it's internal, you're like expressing it externally. And like making it look cool as fuck with your music, which is like genius as fuck. It's genius. I'm like, niggas a genius.
Yeah.
You feel me? So. And
that's something we wanted to talk about too, is just kind of like how your music has changed since you started, and if you like,
it has changed.
I mean, we were talking about you possibly like changing your name, and then how you said, like, when I said, because he was asking me about changing his name, it's like, oh, what do you think about me changing my name? And right, that was how it went. And then you were like, but if I change my name, I have to like rebrand my whole sound and style and whatever. So
I feel like as a Capricorn, sometimes like we become, I don't know, me personally, and working with my other Capricorn artist, O'Hara, I noticed like he used to go by Jake White when he was a rapper, like mainly a rapper. He was like by Jake White, and then he changed his name to O'Hara. He asked me when he's like, yo, I think I'm gonna change my name to O'Hara. I'm like, yeah, that's hard, blah blah blah. So he changed it, but once he changed his name, he changed his the way he did music a little bit, like his genre of music, really. Like, it kind of really, it became who he was, you feel me? So, like, I'm the same way. Like, before I did music, I was into comedy. I went by Black Kevin. That was who I was. That was the person that, like, I was. And once I changed my name to LilDeathStar, like, I cut all my ties with comedy off. Like, I unfollowed all the comedy pages from Instagram. And it was just like, I dove headfirst into hip hop, and I became LilDeathStar, like who he is today. So I feel like if I were to change my name again, I would have to change as a person again. And I feel like I have changed as a person from now to when I first started music. So that, I guess that's what kind of makes me think about it. But I mean, I feel like at this current point, I don't think I'm gonna change it, just because like I don't know, it's part of my story. You feel me? It's part of my involvement in LilDeathStar, so I feel like I don't need to change my name. And like I spoke to a lot of my fans on Instagram about like switching genres of music and stuff, and I don't want to put myself in a box.
Yeah.
Because like I could do so many different styles.
No,
You feel me?
You can do the different styles and still be the same artist.
OD. So like, I guess I kind of like got my mind a little more set and like stable about it. But at the time, I was a little confused. I was having like a little bit of an identity crisis. But yeah, I'm back on my bully. I'm good.
Love it.
Yeah, OD.
Well, I think a follow-up question I had. So you have the song West Side East Kid. Do you feel like just the LA environment has changed your sound a little bit?
Let me tell you something. That song was a manifestation. It was me putting an energy out into the universe that I wanted to manifest. So I made that song before I even moved to LA.
Wow.
When I knew I was moving to LA, I linked up with Stevie Wonders. Shout out Stevie Wonders. I linked up with him
Stevie Wonder.
and his boy. His boy, damn, I can't remember his name right now, my bad. But I linked up with him and his boy, and they had a cooking session in front of me. Like they just cooked mad beats, and like I was off the shrooms and I was smoking some weed and I'm just vibing, and they made that one beat like in my face. They made it from scratch, like pressing the buttons, chopping it up, put it up. I was like, whoa. And then like as the beat was playing, it kind of just like, I don't know, that hook came out of me like, on the west side, I'm an east nigga. Cause it was just like, that song, it pulled it out of me. Like it pulled that hook out of me.
The source.
I was like, it was from the source. It was like divinely from the source. And that was the first thing I said.
From the source.
And it was just like, yo, like it was just a perfect representation of how I felt in the moment. Like, yo, I'm working my ass off right now. I'm about to move to LA. It's about to be lit as fuck. Like my life's about to change, and it fucking has. It has already. Like, but I just knew this was out. I knew it was gonna get to this point, and even bigger and better. So like I made that song, and then I'm like, when I get to LA, I'm gonna put it out. I moved to LA and I put it out, and every time I listen to that song, I just get so excited. Like I just remember the exact moment of how I felt when I was gonna move here. Like it perfectly like captured the energy of like the excitement of moving to LA.
Yeah.
So
I even remember you showing me it, like when you first moved here. You were like, I want to get your car. I think, or we were, I don't know, we were driving somewhere, but like, it was to get your car. And I just remember that so well, like you playing it and me looking at the mountains. I'm like, wow.
Like we're in LA.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that song. That song means a lot to me. Like I have a lot of rap songs, but like I like to sing, son. Like I have a little catalog now, and I be listening to my catalog of like just my singing songs when like out in the palm trees in the sun and shit. And I'm like, yo, this is so vibe. Like,
and that's something you could even like. Me and Hebe were just talking about this before you guys came, but like how some artists have two different like personas, kind of, you know, like
OD,
Lil
I'm starting to see it.
You know, Lil Boat,
Mm-hmm.
and Lil Yachty. Like those are two different like people, like two different vibes that he has.
LilDeathStar.
So like,
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, like you can
I
totally
do a project
something like that. Yeah, like a whole project, just like a project, or like, you know, like even Yachty, his is like Lil Boat 2, or like, you know, like he has multiple of the Lil Boats. Yeah. You know?
OD. It's like I have all these like different like personalities, I guess, in a sense. So it's just about finding like a dope way to curate them. Yeah. Because like I could have songs where it's like you're in the beach, you're in the sunshine, you're chilling. Then I have songs where it's like, damn, I'm single, she broke up with me, I'm heartbroken. Then I have songs where it's like, yo, pow pow, kana kana, boom boom, type shit. So it's like choo choo, choo choo. I got songs like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's dope. But yeah, I love it.
Okay, what's one thing that, and I want everyone to answer this question, what's one thing you guys are excited for when all of these LA lockdowns are lifted?
Okay, well, all right, I'm excited for, I don't know, I really want to go in a hot tub, like out and like do the mountains on like the side of like a building, like with a pool or something. Like I don't know, I always wanted to like do something like that, like a little outdoor party, a little shindig, something like that.
Yeah, resort vibes.
Yeah, something like that, something like LA,
or spa vibes.
Yeah, something like that. I'm looking forward to that. I need that shit.
How about you?
What was the question again? I zoned out.
The question was, what's something you're looking forward to once LA lockdowns are completely
Oh yeah,
lifted?
I don't even know, man. Cause okay. I'm gonna appreciate people chilling the fuck out. Stop being so damn crazy about this mass shit. That's what I'm gonna appreciate. Motherfuckers relaxing. The police gonna get off our back. Stop shutting our damn parties down. Got these damn interviews. You see my interview? Complex. I had an interview with Complex about the music scene and shit, man. Yo, whew. Motherfuckers came after me after that shit, boy. They was like,
it was like a day thing, like
you're killing everyone.
Right.
Someone's like, he went out there to kill someone's grandma.
Yeah, like
so fucking
you at least killed one person.
Someone's like, you at least got one body on your hands.
I'm like,
everybody's killing somebody, I guess.
How intense is
that? You're going to the fucking grocery store. You're going here. You're going there. You're still going.
You're living life.
Like we're not going out to the places unmasked. And if y'all fucking really think masks work, then like clearly we're not doing much. Like we're not really hurting anybody, you know.
Niggas wearing three
masks. You posted that, I think, right?
You see niggas wearing 2 masks.
You posted that,
the 2 and the 3.
Yeah.
3 is more effective.
More effective than 2 masks at once.
Out of here.
And people are actually doing it. That's the crazy part. Like people see that and like, oh, okay, yeah, bet 2. All right.
I see people
and they actually do it. Like, what are you doing? You're crazy.
It's really like sad to see like how people are just like so quick to believe and follow and like they're just living in fear, literally.
Yeah,
it's like really
they're not
sad.
living in love. They're living in fear.
They want us to live in fear because they don't want us to ascend into the greatness. They don't want us to get better. They want us to stay down into the matrix.
And it's crazy. Fucking Jaina sent me this thing the other day about how like I want to say Bill Gates was working on something to like prevent sun rays.
Oh yeah, like make it not as strong.
Yeah, make sun rays not as strong.
I would believe it because the sun is so powerful
like,
for us.
Bro.
The sun gives us so many codes.
Like, yeah, it does. That's like geniusly evil.
Literally.
It's geniusly evil.
That scares the fuck out of me.
Oh, D.
That's some next level.
If they could, they would.
It goes deep to why like things are happening. It goes so deep. We'll have to have another
I feel like they would only do it. I feel like they would
is.
only do it for like certain parts of the country though, because like they gotta live somewhere.
We need to have a whole nother talk about this all.
Hell yeah, conspiracy talk.
One podcast.
Not even conspiracy.
It's not even a conspiracy.
And
that's
truth.
the thing.
Real truth.
Well, we'll
it's too
call
real
it
for y'all.
Conspiracy theory episode because everybody will be like, yeah, let's listen to this shit.
I know, right? Yeah.
But it's just some real shit.
Oh, dude, it's just real shit.
This is why they don't want us to do this. Like, they don't want us to ascend because we're so powerful. The human being, the human race, like we're so powerful. What we can do, what we can manifest.
But
we
like everything really blocks that. Like a lot of the things
GMO in the food, the water.
Fluoride. Don't have fluoride. Do not have fluoride toothpaste. Have no fluoride in your toothpaste. Like fluoride blocks
use no fluoride toothpaste.
Yeah, use no fluoride.
Don't drink sink water either, because that got fluoride in it.
That shit is not good for your pineal gland. It calcifies it, turns it to a rock. You have a rock in your forehead like Uzi.
Oh shit, Uzi's another level though. He's super ascended. He's about to be the first one out there.
You think so?
You think
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah?
I feel like he knows, but does he know? Like he knows,
yeah,
but does he
that's the thing.
know?
Like just because he has a fucking diamond on his forehead,
Oh,
do you think he's like?
I gotta hear him say some shit.
I feel like crystals and like raw energy like that from crystals, they have a story in them. They
might
have
like
energy
heighten.
in them.
Yeah, they're
to
alive.
have that so close to that gland.
They're sentient. They're sentient beings.
That is the gland's like a spirituality gland.
Yeah.
Like that helps like your third eye. Like to have that so close there, that has to be some message.
I feel
to
you.
him. That has to be something. There's no way that's just there to be cool.
I feel like maybe it might like heighten.
I feel like a heightened definitely.
His spiritual curiosity type shit.
Yeah, but he
That's what
definitely
I'm
probably
saying,
has to tap in.
Yeah, he would have to like start meditating and like tapping in.
What
like,
if he already does?
That's the question. I want to know. Like, how deep is he with it?
We don't know.
Gets to live a life of like a little bit of secrecy. Like he
he
has
is secret.
his mystique.
Yeah, he be secret, but he be popping out
that's
too.
pretty cool, you know. Like,
balance.
but
Good balance.
also like I think it's dope for people to share like the good things that they're doing that other people could also do. You know, to like help them because like you know. Like little things, like I think like having your privacy is fucking dope, and like every artist should have more privacy. So like I fuck with that, but like you know when you're like maybe just doing a little interview or like even tweeting some shit, you know, even just like something like that, you know, like
Right.
oh, I
Sprinkle it in
meditate
so people
today,
know.
or you know, do this, do that, because so many people just fucking follow all these big celebrities anyways, so. You know, not everybody does. I'm fucking myself, but you know, like a lot of people will like do exactly what other people do, and I don't know, expect to be in the same place.
Right.
So it's like
paths and journeys.
if they're sharing more like things that can help you, then that's good. You know,
Right, and giving people something to try. I think, is
just opening people's minds more.
that's kind of what we've been talking about. Just like trying new things.
Yeah.
Go out and try something.
Move out of your toxic environment if it's toxic. Get the fuck
It's Tiara's
out.
number one rule of the podcast.
One thing to get from this podcast is that.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. Look at us.
Shit.
Dip, nigga. A lot of people wait for people to tell them to dip. Nigga, dip. This is the message.
You're not getting like an
This is the
invite.
message.
Yeah.
Dip, leave.
Yeah, seriously.
Leave your toxic
It's
place.
time. Leave, brother. Leave, my sister. Go away to another land.
Go away.
But what are you looking forward to after?
What am
Oh,
I
yeah.
looking forward to? I guess shows, which is kind of like
Concerts.
was all of our answers in
Yeah.
of sense.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, just
Live shows.
live shows.
Not virtual. Fuck
Oh,
virtual
and
shows.
I think that piece of humanity that you get from it is just unmatchable.
Dude, seriously.
That energy of like a group of collective people all vibing to the same thing. You know, and some of the sweetest memories of being at shows. I went to see Kanye West at TD Garden in Boston.
Oh, wow.
I'm jealous.
I was in
Which
the
one was
way
that?
It was the one where he was on the floating stage.
Wow, that was
I'm jealous.
amazing.
Going,
You
like,
must have
back
felt
and forth.
You must have felt
shit.
amazing.
Yeah, like you could, like I was in the way back, and you could still just like feel the energy in the room, like wafting.
Wow.
Yeah, because
So-
it's like everybody's collective energy, literally, you know?
That's so dope, man.
Like,
building.
that's what I like.
And
I'm
one
looking
enclosed
forward to, like, shows and just DJing in real life for people, you know?
IRL.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Like,
that.
I don't really, like, feel the same vibe when I'm DJing virtually. Like, it's just not, I don't feel the energy in the room. So it's like, you know, it's fun for me to play music and listen to it anyways, but it's like a whole different vibe when you're like affecting other people's energy.
You
know?
can see it.
And you can see it. Like,
You feel
it's
it.
fucking dope. Feel it, really. So, yeah. Hopefully, like, clubs open back up soon and stuff.
That too, that'll be fun. Like that like LA experience. I
Yeah.
think that's like the
And just
cornerstone
more
of,
like-
LA culture.
Just more like free, I mean, not free, but like, you know, parties, warehouse parties that aren't going to get shut down by the cops right now. You know, I'm excited for that. And not having to worry about that, you know, about the cops coming in a little bit after I just paid $20 to get into this fucking party.
Oh, D.
40 because you're a
40.
guy.
40 because you got some nuts on you.
Facts.
Nice. Well, did you guys have any other shout outs or anything else that you wanted to
Shout out you
bring
guys.
attention to?
Thank you.
Shout out
Shout
to
out
all
to
of us.
Doublecup.
Shout out to this
Yeah.
link up. Shout out to this. It's just like
Shout
another
out.
day in LA, right? It's
Yeah,
like
shout out to
Monday or
LA.
Friday or whatever day it is. Like we're chilling.
What is it?
Thanks for
Indeed.
being here, guys.
Thursday.
Of course. Appreciate you for having us, stories.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. I was waiting for this moment. I'm thinking about, like, I can't wait to be on this podcast, man. Driving and shit. It'll be lit,
Love
man.
it.
Yeah. Shout out to the viewers. Shout out to the people
Thanks
watching.
for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listeing, guys.
I hope y'all soak some game up, man.
Yeah,
Get a
I
lot of
hope you
keys.
feel inspired
Move
and
out,
got
move
some
out.
information, and like maybe, you know, maybe you want to move now after listening to,
Oh,
listening
do
to
it.
this, getting out of something toxic that isn't for you, or just like, you know, chasing your dreams. Like, shit, everybody can do it. You have it in you. So
You have it in you. We did
that's
it.
that. We did
can
it.
do
You can do it. Like, anybody can. There's no fucking excuses.
None.
Stop making excuses.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Shame on
Nobody
you.
cares.
Stop it right now.
Do it or don't.
Today's
Don't
the day.
stop talking about it. Just
This
do
is
it.
your sign.
Yeah, facts.
This is the sign.
Oh, your shirt doesn't say just do
Oh.
it.
Yeah.
Fuck. Fuck.
Okay.
Like Nike, just do it.
Yeah, do
All
it,
right,
man.
guys. See you next week.
Podcast.
FREQ podcast.
FREQ podcast. Grr, bow, bow.